Hey everybody out there, my name is Dragnix, and this is Zero Reflex. $2.99 came out on the Steam store today. It is 10% off during its promotional period. It is developed by Exordium Games, their first Steam game, and it is an indie action game that has you avoiding bullets, hazards, and whatnot for 30-second intervals, trying to move on to the next level. Each difficulty has 20 levels in it, and there are 3 difficulties in all, 60 challenges. Now, you're probably saying to yourself, Dragnix, what the hell is this $10,000 win in the corner? Well, as part of the promotion of this game, the first person to defeat all 60 challenges without the use of hacks, cheats, things like that, wins $10,000. Now, I believe there are people who have all the achievements. There is no official announcement, but I'm pretty sure that it's, already been won at this point. But what's sad about this is that the marketing probably was, okay, let's draw people in with this. Sadly, the game doesn't need it because the game is actually relatively good for a $3 game, and I want to show you exactly what I'm talking about here. So, as I mentioned before, we got normal, we've got hard, and then we've got Sauron mode, aka Nightmare mode, aka the Eye of Sauron. So, let us play hard difficulty and show you what the game has to offer. Oh, okay, so, first level here, I've got spikes that I gotta be avoiding as well as bullets. Alright, that seems simple enough, maybe. Now, I can move left and right in the circle, and if I hit a hazard like you saw there, I will lose a life. Each difficulty has an X amount of lives at this point. For hard, it's 2. Okay. For 2 lives, if I lose both of them, I lose the level, obviously. But there's also another hazard that presents itself afterward, which I'll get to once I fail, because I will fail. Let's not get that wrong. Now we're in a level where I basically have to avoid the pink. I have to avoid pink or anything pink colored because it just doesn't go well with white guys. But it's interesting, right? We had a level that we had a completely different bullet set, and now we've gone to this where it's a little bit different. The expectation's a little bit different. Strange, right? Well, that's what this game does pretty much well, better than most games. Now I've got more bullets here, but you'll notice in the background those yellow portions to mess with my eyes in order to, sort of hide the bullets in question. Each level feels unique, and in particular, when put against the backdrop of other levels, your expectations for the game in terms of control, in terms of what you need to do, changes based on each level. Now, how does that help the game? Well, it makes it feel fresh every time you play it, even though you may have replayed this level over and over again. Now we've got bullets and snakes. Now I got things coming behind me. Now, let's talk about the aesthetic. The aesthetic is strong. The fact is, it's using a lot of different colors. Each level feels unique in terms of its color scheme, and you do get ones like this where it's just like, okay, really, really different at this point. All right, let's not get another life lost here this early on. That would suck. Oh, okay, whew. Alright, now we got shurikens, and with all the ninja training I've had with other games, this should be a breeze. There are power-ups, as you see here. There's this green thing, I took a life there, which will, go out in a circle and destroy any projectiles within it. And then you have the shield, which will basically protect you for a period of time. Those are significant. They are, I think, 5 or 6 seconds long, which for a 30-second game, obviously does the job. Now, this is what the game has to offer, and you may think to yourself, okay, this seems simple enough, right? Well, yeah, it's relatively simple. Again, it's all about its expectations. You can go to one level that will play with your, expectations, and then all of a sudden go to a different level that really screws with you, and then all of a sudden you have these, red portions here, these spikes that I run into, and then all of a sudden I've lost a life. Now I'm panicking because I need to I've got 1 life left, and of course, maybe make another mistake. Then you have levels like this, where it's like, okay, I gotta move in different patterns to keep the missiles away. Now, between difficulties, besides the lives portion, the levels stay relatively the same. I don't want to say they're the same, they feel different. Maybe it's the different arcs or different, amount of projectiles that may be thrown at you, but in the essence, it does feel different enough. I'm actually surprised I have not lost at this point yet. I'm rather impressed with myself at this point, but for the sake of things, let's take a look at this one. This one's expectation is a little bit weird. At first at times it's really hard to understand what you need to do. In this case, I need to stay in the purple, And if I try to go into the dark purple there, I'll actually get hurt and lose a life. At first I didn't realize what that was doing, so okay, there we go. Sometimes it's not very clear. This is very rare though. Yeah, and I lost. All right, time to do the level over again, right? No. See, when you lose, you go back X amount of levels. Now, even though I've beaten this level before and it seems to be okay, I just came off that, purple level, and it may have changed my expectations, changed my style. Then all of a sudden I may end up losing a life here, and then now I'm panicking even more, lose another life, and I'm back another 2 levels. See, the game plays on your expectations very well and actually tries to lure you into false senses of security. Now, the amount of levels you go back seems to be based on difficulty. For example, you seem to go back 2 levels when you lose in Hard. I think in normal it's 1, although I can't confirm that. And in Nightmare, because I haven't played it, I believe I'm gonna guess it's 3 just based off of, numbers. But it does, raise the question like, okay, crap, I screwed up that one. Hopefully I don't screw it up again, or I can, get through this with, relative ease at this point. While I would like more content, again, there's only 20 levels at this point, which does seem like a little bit few at this point. It's how they use the levels in question very well. And so I do have to admit, the 20 levels that I played all feel unique, all feel like, even though they have the same concepts in mind, they do the job rather well, and especially in expectation-wise. Want that shield, there we go. Would have died without that shield, and I'm able to go on to the next section. Simple gameplay, simple expectations, but messing around with your eyes, like having the spikes come from both sides at this point. Lost a life because I had nowhere to go. That sucks. Oh, boy. It's a very simple-minded game. It's very straightforward. For $3, you have seen games in the past, like Super Hexagon, do this very well, and I feel like this game is on the same level. It's very simplistic, but it does have its strengths. Would I like to see more from it? Like maybe a score attack mode where I can go around this circle and try to get more points, based on what I am able to grab. Yeah, I would. But for $3, it's hard for me to complain with the experience that is given me so far. And it laughs at you, of course. Now, sound design-wise, it's pretty impressive. I mean, it is a lot of dubstep and a lot of, I don't want to say electronica music, but, action beats, I guess, is the way that I would put it. But it does the job very well in that case. It does fit the sort of themes that the game is going for. Oopsies. And honestly, it does feel, appropriate considering the fact that you've got a lot of, neon colors, bright lights, so on and so forth. Overall, Zero Reflex does the job. It is not a game that you're going to get 3, 4, I don't want to say 3 or 4. I want to say 4 hours out of at this point. It does the job for what it needs to do in the smaller periods of time, and frankly is going to give people a challenge just for the sake of, reaction time. Obviously my reaction while trying to talk to you guys, maybe not the greatest at times. But hey, I am trying at this point, and I am enjoying myself. It does sell itself on its strong aesthetic as well as its sort of, I don't want to say unique aspect, we've seen this 100 times before, but the different levels and having to go back as well as the levels put together does make a game that's relatively strong, especially for $3. Alright, this is Dragnix signing out. I hope you got an idea of Zero Reflex. Again, I will leave my Steam review in the comment section below, and by comment section I mean the description, because I'm not going to put it in the comment section. But I always take feedback, so if you guys, oh boy, we're completely wrong there. But if you guys want to see something different or have any questions for me, leave them in the comments section below. Again, liking and sharing this video always helps out. If you did like this content, upvote that review. If you didn't, well, hit that down button, hit that, down on that review because, it didn't do the job for you. I would like some feedback, to sort of maybe fix that, but, to each their own. All right, I will see you all later. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you like this content and want to see more of it, you may want to hit that subscribe button on the left-hand side. If you like this video and want to see more of this content, take a look at this video on the left-hand side as well. And if you missed my last video, take a look at the right hand side. Once again, thanks for watching, and keep on gaming.